And everything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into another day of post-show headlines. I'm Andrew Salciunas with Connor Thomas. I can't even say my name correctly. I'm just so distracted by Dylan McKinnon's fit. Dylan, come around. Can you come around the camera? Look at this. Look at hold on. Fit check. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at the shoes to match. Fit check with Dylan McKinnon. I'm so distracted. All right, I'll try to get back to work here now.
Now he's got to reset the camera because he moved everything.
Yeah, that's all right.
We'll get it done.
Always show the people behind the scenes. Post-show headlines, we do 5 topics. We discuss them 2 minutes each. Maybe the topics that we don't get into on the show. Some of them are topic-worthy, like this first one, Connor. And John had to take care of some stuff, so that's why Connor's in for John right now. So right as I'm writing these down, spoiler alert, I do these right before we record these. These aren't prepped. I heard Bill Colarulo going through the list of greatest. The Eagles currently have the greatest coach, the greatest quarterback, greatest defensive tackle, and Jalen Carter. Obviously, Lane Johnson's different, but he went through like all these players that are already, in his mind, the greatest. When are you ready to say that?
For guys like Lane Johnson, you can say that right now.
Yeah, no, Lane Johnson aside because he's a Hall of Famer. But I'm talking about Jalen Hurts is 26 years old. Are you already ready to say that he's the greatest quarterback in Eagles franchise history? Same with Nick Sirianni as head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I am. How could you not be? The numbers don't lie. They've gone to 2 in 3 years. They won one of them. In my opinion, I think both of those guys did a strong enough job to potentially win the first one. It's not like they went to the first one and got blown out.
Right.
And now they found one. Like, they played a tight game against a great team and then blew that team out the next time they got back. Yeah, they're the greatest coach and quarterback in franchise history.
I just feel weird saying stuff what it feels like too early. I think there's a legitimate case. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, stop, don't do that. Mm-hmm. But you think about the success McNabb had over the course of a long time.
Sure.
Same with Randall Cunningham. Like, I remember at one point we talked about this with Jalen Carter and how he's the next Aaron Donald. And I was like, whoa. Aaron Donald's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's slow down a little bit. And look, he backed it up again this year.
Right.
I just get uncomfortable sometimes with these, they're already this, they're already that, they're the greatest this, they're the greatest that, when they've only been playing for a few years.
Yeah, but it's the championship quotient. We know how much the Super Bowl means here in Philadelphia. And we said it immediately about Doug Peterson when he won his Super Bowl, as he's the greatest coach in franchise history.
I didn't say that.
Well, I did. And I was ready to get after
it.
Because he won the game and he never won.
I know, but I refuse to say that Doug Peterson still at that time was the greatest. Nick Sirianni already has a better resume. That took 5 minutes.
Yeah, but don't act like that's a minor accomplishment. What Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts have done with this team is spectacular, and they're going to continue to build on it too.
All right, question 2. Again, this happened right before we recorded this. I won't out the person, but somebody is going to the Eagles Super Bowl parade, and they are bringing a friend of theirs who is not an Eagles fan. Where do you fall on the non-Eagles fan going to the Super Bowl parade? And let's face it, they're going just for the party.
Yeah, and it's not just not an Eagles fan. It's not like they don't like sports. They are a fan of a different NFL team.
Not just different NFL team, division rival.
Absolutely not.
Commanders fan.
I can't do that, man. Like, I absolutely cannot be comfortable going to a parade. Now, if that person wants to go, I'm not going to be like standing at Broad Street asking for your fan card to prove whatever.
Right.
Like, I get it. It's a parade. A lot of people are going to go. But for me, I wouldn't be caught dead at the parade with someone who's a fan of a division rival team. I can't do that.
Could you ever see yourself, like, you have a buddy that lives in Dallas, and 1,800 years from now, when the Cowboys finally win a Super Bowl, like, would you go to that parade just for the party?
No, absolutely not.
Like, that's gross.
I would root for the bus to break down.
So I kind of... I don't have disrespect toward our coworker who's bringing the person. I have disrespect toward the person that's going.
Yeah.
This isn't your party.
No.
Stay home or stay at that person's apartment until the parade is over.
Right.
And you can't jump in on our good time.
Guess what? We can hang at the next event, but this one is Eagles fans only.
I'll be honest, it pisses me off a little bit. Because they're just going to pretend that they're all of a sudden a fan just so that they can have fun.
Dude, someone can, and don't do this, but you can walk up to me and slap me in the face tomorrow. I won't be pissed off. It's an Eagles parade. It's a Super Bowl. I'm a happy, happy man. Don't you dare.
I kind of want to do that. All right, we touched on this for a minute during today's headlines. So not post-show headlines, today's headlines with Connor Thomas. Paul George scored 2 points yesterday.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes per topic, 2 points for Paul George. We might as well talk about it. He's been abysmal, and that freaking sucks. I did not want the sign to happen. I was excited when it did because I thought about the fit of Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George. And obviously Embiid's not playing half these games, more than half these games, so I understand the difficulty of it. But, man, what a major disappointment. And it's the unwillingness. He only attempted 7 shots yesterday.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's the worst part. Like, I'd rather him go 1 of 16. He shot 7 shooting attempts. Like, I can't, like, Tobias did this too. There were games, I still remember Maxey's rookie year, where Maxey was attempting 15 to 20 field goals in the game when both Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid were both out.
Right.
Tobias Harris attempted like 5. I'm like, yo, dude, you're the max contract
like, what
player.
are you doing
I
here?
need you to step up your game. Same goes with Paul George. This has been a colossal disappointment.
Do you want me to make you feel better about Paul George?
You can try.
I can't because I'm not going to. Like, there's nothing to feel better about. Like, he's an aging star player, and that term star should be used loosely currently with how he's looked with the Sixers.
Yeah, great career. Great career.
I don't know. I'm not ready to fully have this conversation. It's a much deeper one than we can even get into in this medium. But I start to wonder now, is it the makeup of the team and not just a player in that position? Because Tobias Harris, Paul George, they seem like the same guy. They didn't seem like the same guy before they came here. Like, I don't know what's wrong with the Sixers. Paul George is part of it. But there's a lot of stuff that team needs to figure out.
And then obviously Embiid, that whole situation. I mean, the whole situation with the Sixers is a mess. And you start talking about tanking. I still remember before we reached the end of 2024, I asked you the question, at what point do you start looking at the standings? At what point do you start looking at schedule? I'll be honest, dude, during this whole Eagles run, I watched the Sixers, but I was not looking at standings. I looked at the standings yesterday for the first time, and I saw that they were 2.5 back of the play-in tournament. And my first thought was, oh my God, they're going to still try to get in. I wish they were 10 games out right now.
Yeah. Now, the one good thing, they did not at the deadline make any crazy, like, hey, buy now moves. This is our year type of thing.
They couldn't.
Well, yes, I know they couldn't.
They
but
literally
they
couldn't
didn't
make
try
any
and
moves.
finagle that. They made some moves to build up the draft portfolio that they can use. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's any idea in that organization that they're like championship contenders this year.
It's so disappointing, man. They break my heart. Thank God for the Eagles, but the Eagles are done. And so now we're going to have to pay attention to something. Be ready, Sixers. All right. I said to you at the end of the show today that Anthony Rendon is a disgrace to baseball. He's going to be missing a significant period of time with hip surgery. He plays for the Angels, in case people don't remember that he signed a big contract with them after being great with the Nationals.
Doesn't play for the Angels. Currently under contract with the
Yes.
Angels, not playing.
So he waits until the week of camp to get a surgery on his hip. He has said publicly that baseball does not matter to him anymore. Like, he straight up does not like playing baseball. He hates the length of the season. He hates everything that goes into the sport of baseball. He plays it because he's good. And I get it. There's some athletes that are like that. Anthony Rendon's not the first person to say, I play the sport because I'm good. Now I'm going to ask you this question. We're not going to just rip Anthony Rendon here. Can you be hated like Anthony Rendon, but you're still getting $240 million? You're taking care of your family, which he said this is what it's all about. Don't forget, Nick Castellanos said at one point, I do this to take care of my family. Yes, he does very well at playing baseball, but it's more about family than it is about the sport itself. Could you go to bed at night knowing that you are despised, hated by some people that just straight up don't respect you? Imagine Mike Trout. Mike Trout is your teammate, and he does not respect you. Can you go to bed at night knowing that you still made $240 million and took care of your family?
The check would make it easier. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't, like, my personality, I can't see myself ever doing that. Like, it's the same kind of thing to make it more personal to us. The people that we see do the hot take stuff, the stuff we know they don't believe in like the national media, or even like locally sometimes.
Yeah.
Folks that just throw out a narrative for nothing, and they're like, I know I'm going to get hate, but I know it's going to get clicks. I legitimately can't do that. Fathom doing that. So
no. I would not be able to live with myself saying nonsense just to get a reaction.
Really? Yeah. You live with yourself pretty well right now.
I say what I believe.
I know you do, but no, I could not do that.
He did say I could smack him in the face tomorrow. He wouldn't.
Tomorrow, not today.
Yeah. Last one. You're going to Florida in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, about that golf trip on the 5th.
And are you going to go to Clearwater at all while you're down there?
No, but we're going to see them an away game when they play the Pirates.
All right, so this is where Connor and I have a lot of similarities in life, but there's a major difference. I'm a pre-planner, like pre-planner. You're just going to show up and be there.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I was going through the menu at the restaurant that I'm really excited for, that I'm not going to for another 6 weeks.
That's insane. See, you're a crazy person. I booked my flight for the trip like yesterday.
And you only did it yesterday because you want to be on the same flight as people, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would have booked it later. I haven't
Crazy,
figured out how
dude.
I'm getting my golf clubs down there. I assume it'll just be worked out. I think somebody's driving, but I don't know. I haven't considered what I'm packing.
You care enough to bring your own clubs?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I'll rent.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm solid. I don't know what to tell you. And we're not talking about my golf game. Point is,
Just rent.
I will
rent the clubs.
I will
dude.
pack my stuff probably the day of because my flight's at like 3:50. We'll get done the show. I'll go home. I'll pack and I'll go to the airport.
Wait, you're gonna pack the day of, dude?
Yeah.
I'd be packed days before.
No, I'll pack the day of.
When I went to New Orleans, I was packed 3 days before the trip.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't forget anything because I know if I pack 3 days ahead of time, I'm going to go look the day before and make sure I didn't forget. I'm just going to do stuff twice.
I make lists. I take notes of what I packed.
You're just
what I didn't
packing
pack.
stuff. It's not the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, but I don't want to miss anything.
Underwear, socks, shirt,
Yeah,
shoes.
and I
Let's
wrote
go.
pairs of
Pants.
underwear.
Pants are important. Wear pants.
One pair of underwear for 3 days. Just kidding. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, everything on our YouTube page. Tomorrow morning is parade day. We'll be on the show at the Cambria Hotel. As I keep on being told, I say Cambria, or I don't know what the
I don't
hell
think we have confirmation on the actual
No,
pronunciation.
because there's so many different pronunciations, but the guy I work with is the one that cares the most.
Cambria.
219 South Broad Street.
Yep.
We will be down there from 6 to 10, sticking around a little bit afterward as well. Connor's going to try to make his way to the museum from there. Good luck. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.